Welcome to AI News in 10, your top AI and tech news podcast in about 10 minutes. AI tech is amazing and is changing the world fast. For example, this entire podcast is curated and generated by AI using my and my kids' cloned voices. Here's what's new in AI and tech for Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Fresh data shows what the world searched for this year. And yes, AI dominated. Gemini tops the charts. On the industry side, Palantir is teaming with Nvidia and a major utility to speed up AI data center buildouts. In chips, Taiwan's UMC struck a deal with Minnesota-based Polar to bring more 8-inch capacity stateside. Policy-wise, Nvidia's Jensen Huang visited the White House and Capitol Hill as debates over AI exports heat up. And in venture, Nexus Venture Partners closed a $700 million fund. And it's not going all in on AI. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Need elite developers fast? Elite Coders connects you with rigorously vetted senior engineers in 24 to 48 hours. Staff augmentation, dedicated teams, or full project delivery, we've got you covered. Visit elitecoders.co to get started today. Again, that's elitecoders.co.
Now, let's dive into today's stories. Let's start with the pulse of the public. Google's Year in Search 2025. The official Google Trends wrap says people didn't just look things up, they asked fuller questions more conversationally. Queries starting with the phrase "tell me about" are up roughly 70% year over year, and "how do I" in searches hit an all-time high, up about 25%. The top trending search globally, Gemini, Google's AI assistant, reflecting how generative AI became a mainstream curiosity in 2025. DeepSeek also cracked the top trending list. Google points to the spread of AI-enhanced search experiences that encourage natural language questions over short keywords. Those AI overviews have been driving higher engagement in markets like the US and India, helping explain the shift toward longer, talk-to-search phrasing we all felt in our day-to-day. According to Google's Year in Search post and TechCrunch's readout, Gemini led the trending pack, with AI themes showing up across multiple regional lists. Story 2 is all about speed, specifically speeding up AI data center construction. Palantir, Nvidia, and Centerpoint Energy just unveiled a software platform called Chain Reaction. It uses AI to coordinate everything from permits and grid hookups to chip supply. Think of it as a smart command center for building the factories of the AI era. The system can pass messy, unstructured data, emails, PDFs, spreadsheets, to flag bottlenecks, run what-ifs, and nudge stakeholders before delays cascade. It also aims to align utility timelines with construction crews and with component deliveries from chip makers and server vendors. The goal is to cut months off the schedule at a moment when energy capacity, transformers, and skilled labor are the long poles in the tent. This builds on earlier collaborations between Palantir and Nvidia, and Chain Reaction widens the circle to include grid operators and key suppliers. Given how demand for AI compute is outpacing power availability in many regions, expect lots of utilities and hyperscalers to kick the tires on this. That's according to Reuters reporting. Third, a noteworthy US manufacturing move. Taiwan's UMC, the world's number 2 pure-play foundry, signed a memorandum of understanding with Polar Semiconductor to explore producing 8-inch wafers in the United States. Polar runs a fab in Minnesota, and UMC brings process IP and a large customer base. The target sectors are telling: automotive, data centers, consumer, aerospace, and defense, exactly where supply assurance and second-source strategies matter most. While the industry's bleeding edge happens at 5 nanometers and below on 12-inch wafers, 8-inch capacity still underpins power management ICs, sensors, and a ton of automotive and industrial parts. If this effort scales, it could give US customers another domestic option for those essential legacy nodes, important for resilience after years of supply shocks. That's according to Reuters' coverage of the tie-up. Before we continue, here's a quick message from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Family GPT, the AI chat platform actually designed for kids. If your children are curious about ChatGPT but you're worried about what they might see, Family GPT gives you full parental controls, content filtering, and the ability to align responses with your family's values, whether Christian, Muslim, Jewish, secular, and many more. Monitor every conversation, set usage limits, and let your kids explore AI safely, No ads, no data selling, complete privacy. Sign up free at familygpt.chat. That's familygpt.chat.
All right, let's get back to it. Number 4. Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang spent part of his day in Washington meeting with President Donald Trump and Republican senators as the US wrestles with how to stay competitive in AI without supercharging rivals abroad. According to the Associated Press, Huang voiced support for export controls in principle, but warned that overly strict rules could backfire if they leave global markets to competitors. The political split remains sharp. Some lawmakers want tighter curbs on advanced AI chips to China, while others worry that blanket restrictions could slow American firms and cede ground. The timing is sensitive, with the administration reworking elements of earlier policies and Congress weighing several AI-related measures. It's unusual to see a chip CEO become such a central figure in policy debates, but in 2025 the boundary between industrial strategy and AI leadership is thin. The Associated Press account underscores just how hands-on top tech executives have become in shaping the rulebook, and rounding out today's 5, venture capital with a twist of discipline. Nexus Venture Partners just announced a new $700 million fund, and it's deliberately not pouring everything into AI. Instead, the firm says roughly half the capital will target AI startups, while the other half backs India-focused bets across consumer, fintech, logistics, and digital infrastructure. The partners argue that while AI is a generational platform shift, crowding into the hottest corner of the market can be risky. India offers a counterweight with huge adoption opportunities and localized AI needs, from multilingual models to sovereign data infrastructure. Nexus operates a single US-India fund and has backed names like Postman, Apollo, Min.io, and Zepto. The team says fund size remains at $700 million by design, big enough to lead early rounds, not so big it pressures strategy. In a year when AI or bust has been the default VC posture, this balanced approach stands out. That's from TechCrunch's reporting today. Quick bonus context to tie a bow on story 1. Google's year in search isn't just trivia. When the top trending term worldwide is an AI assistant, it signals a mainstream shift in how people learn, shop, and troubleshoot. Exactly the behaviors that push companies toward agentic tools, customer support bots, and AI-assisted search strategies. TechCrunch's write-up notes that DeepSeek also made the global list, another indicator that users are sampling multiple AI tools, not just one. Combine that with Google's claim that AI overviews boosted engagement for complex queries, and you can see why every big platform is racing to optimize for this new conversational discovery surface. Recap. Today's data says AI curiosity went truly mass market in 2025. Palantir and Nvidia want to accelerate the AI build-out with a software control tower. UMC and Polar seek to shore up US chip resilience. Nvidia's CEO is lobbying on the front lines of AI industrial policy, and one major VC is threading the needle between the AI wave and a broader India bet. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, stay curious. Thanks for listening. And a quick disclaimer, this podcast was generated and curated by AI using my and my kids' cloned voices. If you want to know how I do it or want to do something similar, reach out to me at imadi@ainewsin10.com. That's AInews in 10.com. See you all tomorrow.